Hello, everybody. Welcome to Snyder Inc. Wrestling. It's time for another classic review. We are continuing on the road of SummerSlams, going all the way up to 2001, and then you guys will decide where we go from there. So we will either do more Manias, more SummerSlams, or we will start reviewing Survivor Series up until 01. You all will decide that, but we will decide that when we get to 01. Right now, we are doing SummerSlam 1997 from August 3rd, 1997. East Rutherford, New Jersey, in the Continental Airlines Arena. Attendance of 20,213. Pay-per-view buy rate of 235,000. Commentary team for the evening is Vince McMahon, JR, and Jerry Lawler. This is the last SummerSlam that Vince McMahon commentates, because he is full Vince McMahon by the next year. Full Mr. McMahon, but which, to be honest, probably why I'm blessed, because I've never found him good at commentary. Like, I get why he's the main guy, because no one can get the story across better than him the way he wants to, but it just, he's not good at the job. He's not. Just gonna be honest. But we're going to our first matchup here with Mankind taking on Triple H with China in a steel cage match. These two have been feuding all throughout the year, from finals of the King of the Ring, all the way to this point. And it's leading up to this, a steel cage match to finish the thing off. Little do these two know their feud is not going to end at this point. It's going to go on for years and years. Triple H dies for the door immediately when the bell rings. Like, he just dies for it. Mankind stops him, though. I would love to see someone escape a cage that quickly. Like, bell rings, escapes, just dives out, and gets the win. Would love to see it. People would be pissed, but I feel like if done, like, if you have another, you maybe have 2 cage matches that night. Because one, I would love to just see a cage match end that quickly. I just would love to see the reaction be. We get a running in the corner by Mankind. Pile driver by Mankind, and he locks in the mandible claw, but China climbs up and starts attacking Mankind and stops the claw. China low blows Mankind. He tries to escape the cage. Gets suplex off the top of the cage by Triple H. He then wears down Mankind. You get China getting involved again, but Mankind's able to get back into it as Triple H into the cage. Triple H back body drops Mankind into the cage, which looks brutal. Triple H's foot gets stuck in the ropes. Mankind tries to escape the door, but China just grabs the cage door and slams it into Mankind's head. It has the sickest thud. It looked brutal. Oh my god, I'd hate to see that bump. Anyone take that. Jesus. We get a double arm DDT by Mankind onto a chair. China gets in the ring, realizes she's early for a cue, so she has to then leave the ring, which makes her look ridiculous for what happens. But Mankind goes about to escape. He takes off his mask, climbs up, rips off the thing. Is supposed to reveal a pink heart on his chest, but he has sweat in that it's just completely gone off, so it's just a big red spot. But he dives off the cage with an elbow to Triple H. Mankind then escapes and wins. I give the match 7 out of 10. It is a very fun match. Afterwards, Dude Love's music plays. Mankind becomes Dude Love. So, the part confused me with that part. So Foley had become Dude Love already, because Dude Love is one half of the tag team champions with Stone Cold Steve Austin, and then Mankind. So he goes to Dude Love, back to Mankind, back to Dude Love again within like a week or 2. That's too much. This became the problem, I think, with the Foley thing. They started taming it down, but they would go from, like, character to character to character to character to character. Like, they would just go from one personality to another to another to another. Like, in such a short amount of time, it became a bit much. But match over between these two, phenomenal. These two have a great match, great chemistry. You can't complain. You can't complain. I think it's later on this year, he also becomes Cactus, right? Like, it's later on in this feud that he becomes Cactus in that infamous Raw and Madison Square Garden. Our next matchup is Goldust with Marlena taking on the loose cannon, Brian Pillman. Stipulation that if Pillman loses, he has to wear a dress. Every Hart Foundation member that is in a match tonight has some sort of stipulation attached to that match where someone must do something if they win, or they must do something if they lose. So Pillman attacks Goldust from behind. Goldust kisses Pillman. It's a way to get control. Pillman chases Marlena, and Goldust gets him with a clothesline. Pillman takes an insane bump off the top rope. This did not go right, because I think he was supposed to get crushed. But something goes right, and it just looks scary as hell. Thank God Pillman didn't get messed up from it, because wouldn't have shocked me if he did. Like, that is insane. Pillman hits a DDT on the outside. Goldust rolls up Pillman, but he kicks out. Marlena smacks Pillman while the ref's distracted with the purse. Goldust rolls up Pillman and wins. I give it 4 out of 10. Nothing groundbreaking. Nothing super shocking. This feud would continue. Pretty much up until Pillman's unfortunate death. But it's unfortunate the match just was kind of meh, to be honest. Our next matchup is the Road Warriors, Animal the Hawk, taking on the Godwins, Phineas and Henry Godwin. So at some point recently, they didn't give exact dates. The Road Warriors had broken one member of the Godwins' neck. One of the Godwins' neck. Which shocked me that the person who has neck broken was... Hold on, I'm looking this up. Which one was it? Hold on. I'm sorry, I want to get speaking facts right. I want to get my facts straight. Okay, so it doesn't have it down here. That's annoying, because... But yeah, it started one in the neck, and they were back pretty much in a very short time. Sorry, I wanted to give you guys the exact time frame, but I couldn't get answers for you. Godwins are not happy they'll start the match and just jump the Road Warriors. We get double clothesline by Hawk. Hawk sends Henry into the stairs. Godwins get control of Hawk, though, and wear him down. Animal is sent to the guardrail, and they get control of him. We get a bear hug by Phineas on Animal as they wear him down. Animal catches Phineas with a clothesline. We get a hot tag to Hawk. They go for the Hawk's House of Fire. They go for the Doomsday device, but they stop it. And then we get a spike power drive from the Road Warriors to win. I give 5 out of 10. Road Warriors are best when they're not facing people the same style. So Road Warrior gets another powerhouse team. Usually doesn't really work. I think this helps only because the story evolved. But I still think they could have done better with it. But in the end, Road Warriors win. Much more really can you ask than that. So, yeah. But, overall, perfectly fine. Our next matchup is Ken Shamrock taking on the European champion, the British Bulldog for the European Championship. The stipulation with this one is if the Bulldog loses, he must eat dog food. So it's a brawl to start. Overhead suplex by Shamrock, which looked awesome. The big clothesline. Bulldog gets control, hits a stall and a suplex, but Shamrock kicks out. We get a roll up by Shamrock, but Bulldog kicks out. Shamrock ends up bleeding from the mouth, just from how hard these guys are hitting each other. Bulldog sends Shamrock into the steps. He ends up hitting a low blow. Bulldog slams Shamrock on the outside and then throws dog food in his face, and that makes Shamrock enter the zone, and he just beats the hell out of the thing. Fucking hits him over the head with the fucking thing of dog food. The can of dog food, gets himself disqualified, and then proceeds to lock in a choke or sleeper for the longest time. I think it's at least 3 minutes straight. Like, it has to be at least 2 to 3 minutes straight. No break, straight, just locked in the chokehold. And no one breaking out of it. And then, he beats up Patterson and Briscoe and all that. I give it 5 out of 10. This match was fun to watch, but the DQ finish really took it down for me. You saw that a lot. They used Shamrock entering the zone as a way to get him out of shit, where he would just get himself intentionally disqualified. Made Shamrock look stupid a lot, which sucked. But at least he was there. But it's fun watching Shamrock beat up people. I won't lie. So, but yeah, 5 out of 10. Not really much to it. Speaking of not much to it, the next match is Los Boricuas taking on the Disciples of Apocalypse. Nothing about this makes any sense. The reason these two teams exist is because both teams have one common enemy, which is the Nation of Domination, who are not in this match, they're not in this match. You'd think this would at least be all 3 teams fighting each other. So Nation, Los Boricuas, and DOA. But no, it's just DOA and Los Boricuas. Nation is not for some reason in this match. I don't know why. It confuses me. But yeah, I don't like this match. Barely anything happens in it. Big boot by Skull to Estrada. This match is fun, yet boring, is the way it works, because it's fun just watching everyone just beat the hell out of each other, but it's also incredibly boring, because you're waiting for something to happen. Nation of Domination come through the crowd. It's Farouk. Fucking Godfather. Before he's the Godfather, obviously. I don't remember what his name was in Nation. Or maybe just Kama. Might have just been Kama. Ahmed Johnson. So it's Farouk, Kama, D'Lo Brown, Ahmed Johnson. Ahmed at some point hits Chains with the Pearl River Plunge, throws him back in. One of the Los Boricuas pin and win, and that's an all-out brawl between the 3 factions, which includes one of the stupidest moments I've ever seen, which is Crush. Crush gets on his bike, because they all come out on motorcycles, the DOA, because, they have to, how would you know they're bikers? So they come out by, he starts driving around, and they keep saying he's trying to run over people. But he seems to intentionally avoid, he specifically looks like he's avoiding hitting anyone. There's people in his path and shit, and he just kind of avoids them, and then just drives by. Looked really stupid. I give it 3 out of 10. I think this is a waste of time. This is genuinely shit to me. I genuinely hated this match. It's not the worst match, because the worst match I've ranked is Lawler Jake Roberts, but all of this match bad. We get into our next match as one half the tag team champions, Stone Cold Steve Austin takes on the Intercolor champion Bret Hart for the IC title. A Canadian Stampede. In your house, Canadian Stampede. Owen Hart pinned Stone Cold Steve Austin. You also know that because the entire video package is just Owen Hart repeatedly saying, I'm the man that pinned Stone Cold Steve Austin. Which I love, by the way, because it's just like, that's the crux of the whole thing. Is Owen Hart knows he's the man that pinned Stone Cold Steve Austin. That's it. It's an awesome. Now, I do have to make this out, and maybe someone can help me in the comments. Judging just by this match alone, what the hell changed between Austin before the injury and after? Because I feel like this entire match, maybe except for like 2 spots, you could still do after surgery, after the neck injury. I bet nothing changes. Genuinely feel like it's the exact same spot. Like, all the stuff could be done. So, when they always hear about Austin, you hear about, oh my god, the amount of things he had to change. Ring-wise and all that. I'm like, I don't know what he had to change. Because also, his injury was he was a technical wrestler. Like, with fucking joint, like, the people fucking talking to his art, like, joints and fucking hands and shit. What the hell can't you do that because you have a neck injury for? I may be stupid, and maybe someone can help me. I don't understand what made him so he had to change his style so drastically. Why the neck injury? Because he seemed like he could just done it. Like, except for 2 spots, this match he could do again. Nothing changes. But the match starts. Owen with a chop block to Austin before the bell, targeting the knee. We get a loose dash press by Austin. Owen, which I love. There's a bunch of like technical things. Austin just fucking pokes him in the eye. Love that shit. That just makes me chuckle every time. When you get good technical wrestling, Owen sends Austin face first into the post. Austin's then tied up in the ropes, and Owen gets control. We get a stun gun by Austin and a powerbomb, but can't keep Owen down. Owen tries to leave, but Austin stops him. We get a belly-to-belly suplex by Owen. Owen with an elbow drop off the top, but Austin kicks out. Austin tries a sharpshooter, but Owen stops it, because obviously he should. Owen hits a German suplex, but Austin kicks out. That's move 1 I wouldn't have had Austin do, is a bridge in German, which Owen does to him. Although I still think he does take Germans. So, post that, so still. Owen hits a DDT, but Austin kicks out. Owen then hits a sit-out, like, tombstone pile driver, which just fucks Austin's whole career up. Because he lands right on his head. He can't feel anything. He's holding. Owen then has to just stall, because the ref pretty much has to see if Austin can move. Austin can barely move. Hits the shittiest roll-up of all time. And wins the Intercontinental title. Because the stipulation here was if Austin lost, he had to kiss Owen's ass. So he had to win. I give the match 5 out of 10. It's a great match. The finish and all that immediately has to knock it down. Like, it can't. It's hard to watch. The finish is hard to do. It's a great match till the finish part. And it has to be knocked down because of it. It sucks what happened to Austin. This would change Austin's relationship with Owen, because apparently Owen never checked in or apologized. This thing just messes with so many careers and so much shit. It's crazy. But then going to a main event for the WWF Championship with Shawn Michaels as the guest referee, as Bret Hart challenges the current World Wrestling Federation champion, The Undertaker. The Undertaker won the belt at WrestleMania 13, being Psycho Sid. Bret Hart, after Canadian Stampede, was named the number 1 contender, and Bret Hart made the stipulation that if he did not win the title tonight, if he did not walk out of SummerSlam as the champ to return to Canada as champion, he would never wrestle in the United States again. Shawn Michaels is made the guest referee, and for some reason has the stipulation that if he's biased, he cannot wrestle in the United States again. Why he needs that stipulation, I don't know. This whole build-up and storyline is just Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels. The Undertaker, the World Wrestling Federation champion, is the far-back third wheel. Like, he's not even important at this point. Bret hits Undertaker with the WWF Championship at the start before the bell rings. They find the outside. Undertaker hits a backbreaker, the Hart, and we get a bear hug. Undertaker goes for an elbow, but Bret moves. Hart targets Undertaker's leg, and we get a figure 4. Paul Bearer makes his way out, and I don't know why. But all I can think of when I see Paul Bearer in 1997, only thing I can hear from his voice is, "Murderer! Murderer!" Because that's what just he kept screaming most of the year towards Undertaker. Was just, "Murderer! You're a murderer!" Don't know why. That's just all I can think about when I think of him. So I got something stuck in my teeth. I had popcorn before I started filming this. I guess it went stuck in my teeth. Undertaker attacks Paul Bearer, punches him a few times, but Bret Hart chop blocks him on the outside. You get figure fill around the ring post, which I always love from Hart. Hart Foundation come out to ringside, mainly Owen and Pillman, because God forbid his Neidhart and Bulldog show up again. Bret targets Undertaker's leg more. Undertaker gets back in control, starts beating up the Hart Foundation, and Shawn ejects them from ringside. While that happens, Undertaker chokeslams Bret, but Shawn is getting them out and is distracted by them. Bret rolls up Taker, but he kicks out. Bret sends Taker into the ring post. We get DDT by Bret, but Undertaker kicks out of that. Bret tries to lock in the sharpshooter, but Taker goozles him. We get a jumping clothesline. Undertaker hits the big boot and leg drop, but Hart kicks out. Undertaker chokeslam Hart from the apron into the ring, but he kicks out. We get a superplex that Bret has to fight for because Taker almost slips and he has to get him up, but he does get the superplex. We get a sharpshooter by Hart, but Undertaker breaks out of it, powers out of it, which has never been done before, says Jim Ross. We get a ref bump. Hart hits Undertaker in the head with a chair, but Taker kicks out. Bret tries to use the chair again, but Shawn grabs the chair from him. Bret spits in Shawn's face. Shawn swings the chair for Bret, but Bret ducks, and he hits the Undertaker instead. Bret pins and wins the WWF Championship. I give it 8 out of 10. It is an awesome main event. This is a main event and how it's done. Shawn's a bit much, but overall, pretty good match. Pretty good main event. I can't get mad at Bret winning and Shawn at the end. This sets up the Hell in the Cell match between Taker and Shawn, which leads to the debut of Kane. When it comes to Bret, this starts setting him and his journey to the Survivor Series and that clusterfuck. So, it is a gigantic amount of shit that just stems from this moment onwards. Awesome main event. Show-wise, though, I give it 6 out of 10. Despite the greatness that is the main event and the opening match, a lot of bad finishes on this show. The Austin thing injury really puts a damp on this whole show. It is a tough watch. But it's not the worst show we've done. So 6 out of 10 is what I'm willing to give it. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We're trying to get to 500 subscribers. Maybe you can help out with that. Thank you everybody for watching. We'll see you for our next one, which will be SummerSlam 1998.